Hi again, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And apparently, it's becoming a full-time commitment. I still can't believe it. Thank you so much for the support I'm seeing. Yeah. So, yesterday, wait, today is Tuesday, right? Yeah, today is Tuesday. You might see it a bit later, but today is Tuesday, and yesterday we started finals week. And it's not easy. I mean, it's finals week, so it could be finals week or my final week. I guess we'll find out later. But anyways, tomorrow I have physics, and the rest of the day is gonna be free, so it's not gonna be way too stressful, right? So since I'm in finals week, I think it's more like the right time to like actually share my peace of mind about I don't know, intelligence, if I can say it like that. So like there is this way that you say that someone is intelligent, someone is smart, someone is a brainiac, lots of things in that sense. And sometimes you're like, damn, it's because like, the parents had something to do with it, their backgrounds, they came from these amazing private schools, they had these private tutors, they did all these things. Um, but really, a few months ago, I discovered that it's really none of that. I mean, that also helps, but it's not the main point. So, hmm, brace yourself because it's not even gonna be a surprise. It's just gonna be a reminder of what exactly makes those people stand out as intelligent. So, let me take you through I don't know, a time machine. Yeah. So like babies, like a toddler, like a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old, like count 24 hours with them and count the number of questions they ask within that one day. Personally, I've never done that, but I feel like if I were to count, all the math that I've ever learned would just evaporate. Because like damn, those kids ask a lot. Sometimes it's kind of annoying, really. Like every second they're like, what is going on? This and this and this and this. They'd be like, why? Sometimes I feel like, ugh, can you just give me a break? Just take things the way you see them and just leave me alone, right? Well, I don't know. Personally, I don't know about that because I've never spent a whole day with a baby, but I've spent a whole day as a baby, so I think I got my experience on that. So like my point on that is that like the way they ask questions, I feel like it also matches with the way say where I studied primary, right? Like from the third year in kindergarten, like the kids there had crazy grades. They had like the first 5 or 10 people had like 99.9%. Usually the first three would have like 100%, literally. And then like as you go up, you'd find that the grades would be decreasing. They go to 96, 95, 94, 93, 92, 91. And then when you reach sixth grade, most of the times you'd find like the first kid has like 86, the next one has 84.2. There is really a disparity in there. So I feel like it relates to what I believe is a secret to what we call intelligence. So like back at that age of toddlers, you find that they ask so many questions, and yeah, I think that's the same thing that follows them when they start school. Like this thing of curiosity, this thing of asking themselves about everything they see. I feel like that is the thing that really pushes them to like excel academically or in life generally. So like there's this book I also read. It's called The Art of Questioning. The Art of Questioning. Um, I'll check the book, right, and I'll put it down in the description because I think my memory is clouded right now. So like the writer is talking about how like what makes people intelligent is their ability to question things, like, and the author puts it in a phrases it in a very nice way that I like, that it's really really easy to remember, easy to grasp, easy to interpret, and easy to implement. So it's like 3 stages, right? Now the first one is the why stage, where you're wondering, why is it even raining in the first place? My clothes are gonna get wet, it's gonna be very uncomfortable, and like there's lots of things that will be very disturbing. Then afterwards, it's a very natural flow of thought. Then the second one is gonna be the what if. You'll be like, what if my clothes couldn't get wet? What if I could just go about my usual business, regardless of the rain, and my clothes would not get drenched, right? And then you are like, oh, I think that's actually a good idea, right? Then you go to the third stage, which is the how stage. For the hands-on people like me, we love the stage. We love it. Like you literally do things to make sure that you solve your own problem. Now there's nothing. Okay, like solving a problem is nice, but solving your own problem, so much better. Like it's convenient and it's also fun. So like that was like an imagined tour in the mind of the person who invented the raincoat and all sorts of waterproof clothes. You know, like they were uncomfortable with the fact that, you know, the weather, like the rain especially, disturbed their work and interfered with their lives. Then they were like, what? They imagined an ideal world. They imagined an ideal situation where that would not be a problem. And then they made the ideal world their world. They made it a real world. So like, that is actually what is that's what these intelligent people are hiding from us. They're probably not hiding it, but you know what I mean. Like that's what they're using. Maybe they don't explicitly use those three stages, but that is how things work in their minds. They question everything. Like say in a few minutes I'll go to, you know, revise my physics for my physics final tomorrow, and like there's lots of topics. There's like, you know, mechanical waves, wave optics, and usually just taking in all that information, really sometimes it doesn't make sense, and in the morning I've already forgotten everything. But what I've seen is that, like, if you question, let me say it in my POV because that's where I've seen it best. Like when I question why like why two waves in phase, you know, like do something particular, why they superpose, right? When I question it, I find the actual meaning behind things, and when you understand things, it's really much harder to forget them. Well, waves are a bit theoretical, but they're much easier to remember when you actually understand how they work. Now, yeah, so like I also read that most of these successful people all around us, like, they use this secret of questioning. Like, they ask themselves questions. Like the founder of Airbnb, they were like, what if you don't have like the time or money to, you know, buy a whole house, right? And then they were like, you know, let's just do this Airbnb, BNB for bed and breakfast. And apparently I discovered that like a really short time ago, and I was like, how did I not realize? Anyways, so yeah, that's the thing these people be using, this thing of asking themselves why every time. Like, basically it is that easy. It's that easy. Usually the hard part is working out the how, right, and actually making your imagination a reality. But when you're done asking yourself why and picturing the solution, wow. People are coming to the physics finals, definitely. So like once you're done picturing the why, picturing the ideal solution, you're practically done. And that's how people sell ideas. That's how people sell intellectual property, and it helps them. Ah yeah, forgive the lighting. Yeah, basically, yeah, that's what they do. Yeah, so thank you for tuning in. Today was a shorter session than usual, but yeah, some of us have finals for tomorrow and the rest of the week. And yeah, so thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for asking yourself why you're still watching this video, why you still subscribe to this channel. But thank you so much for still remaining and supporting. Please add your comments and likes and subscribe and all that, you know, all that YouTube stuff down below. Thank you very much. I'll see you the next time, and wish me success for my physics final tomorrow. Thank you.